Outrage as bandits hold 5 sisters after killing one in Abuja. ACF and NEF meet over challenges bedeviling the northern region. President Tinubu dignitaries mark 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. And away from Nigeria, Iceland volcano eruption spills lava into town and setting houses on fire. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. We'll start on a sad note as outrage on Sunday trailed the killing of one of the 6 siblings kidnapped on Tuesday night by bandits in Abuja. The siblings were kidnapped alongside their father, Mansur al-Qadariyar, from their home at Zuma 1 on the outskirts of Buhari town in Abuja. The captors had released their father, asking him to go and get 60 million naira as ransom for the release of his daughters on or before last Friday. They later raised the ransom of to 100 million naira, which they insisted must be paid by Wednesday. One of the victims, Nabiha al-Qadariyar, a 400-level student of biological science, Ahmadu Bello University, ABU Zaria, was killed by the bandits on Friday, while her 5 sisters, including Najiba, a 500-level quantity surveying student, and Nadira, 300-level zoology student, are still in captivity. An uncle of the victims, who simply identified himself as Sharif Din, told Daily Trust on Sunday that the family also found the bodies of 3 other kidnapped victims who could not be identified. Sharif Din called on the federal government to rescue the remaining 5 siblings and all other captives still in the kidnappers' den. Now, joining us via phone to talk about this issue is Daily Trust correspondent Abdul Karim Mumini. Good morning, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So what can you tell us about how the family are coping with this tragedy?
Thank you very much. For now, it has been a really traumatizing period for the family. Although as being Muslims, they somehow accepted it as a fate from God. The 5 daughters, like it has been widely reported, the 5 of them are siblings of the same of Alhaji Mansur al-Qadariyar. Now, the 3 that are the 3 daughters that seem to be very prominent in the media. The other 2 daughters, the last 2 daughters, I think they are twin daughters, Aviva and Anissa. The thing is Nadia, who is the foreign level of ABU. Now, and she is the first daughter, and the second daughter, 2 years old. The family has been trying to also see if they can reach the additional fund. Though we heard that some help has been coming. People like this Pantami, the former president has also tried adding voice to the situation. And also, I think we learned that the state government is also trying to do something about the release. But now the family is what we discussed with the uncle yesterday. This Sheikh Din was saying that initially they were trying to hide it from that. The patriarch of the family is the chief imam of Ansar Islam, Din in Nigeria, in Ilorin. And initially they were trying to hide the element from him. But when he heard that, but somehow he got to know, and was saying that he was even asking, have they killed the 5 of them? That the family as a family of faith, they've accepted it in God's hand, and they are givers of calling Nigerians to try and see how to help the many victims that are still in captivity. So for now, they are raising money. They are calling for help. But the faith in God is still there. that God determine the end of this disturbed and traumatizing situation for them. So that's what
the ransom, these people are asking for. It's quite huge. Apart from the crowdfunding process, is there any other, say, community kind of help that is being given, to curtail this situation?
Yeah, I think the like I said, the state government will launch that the state government is already involved in trying to raise funds for them. Then the IEDPU yesterday also they are still trying to raise because the IEDP is the top sociocultural organization in Nigerian Emirates indigenous. Full of influential and very wealthy citizens of Ilorin. So they are also trying to, see what to do about it. Now, the fear of one of the issues raised by Sheriff Dean yesterday when I was discussing with him is that the callousness of this bandit, that they were furious initially because they didn't raise the initial 30 million. The initial 60 million naira, they were able to raise about very close to 30 million naira. That's what led to killing Nabiha. Now they took what they did to traumatize the rest that were there. The Sheriff said because it was the one that it was part of those negotiating team. And it was one that received that went to go and claim Nabia when he was killed. Now they took what they did was they took the first daughter who is Najiba to go and see how they brutally killed Nabiha. So you can imagine the trauma they are putting these children through. It has been a very agonizing situation for those children. But the family, of course, the mother and the father and the mother, they've been restricted from talking to from saying anything on the issue because of the fact that the situation, the pictures we are getting, the situation, what we are getting is not encouraging for now. Both do this hope.
Indeed. All right, quick one. We saw the Pantami minister coming out to say that they gave his friend raised about 50 million. Do you have any deeper this situation or on that details? Do you have details on the situation?
No, for now, I think what I was able to gather from that is that the Sheriff told me yesterday that Pantami has called them before he made that tweet, the tweet on that he has called them before.
Yeah.
He has called them before to intimate them to condole with them and also intimate them about this situation that he's trying to raise money for them and the friends that are also trying to contribute to the situation that he said that. He has forwarded. He requested for the account of the father, who is Mansour, so that those that we want to donate, we donate directly to his account.
All right. Thank you so much, Abdul Mumin. Due to time, of course, we have to put a stop here. Thank you so much, Abdul Karim Mumini, for joining us, Daily Trust correspondent in Kwara State. Appreciate your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, moving on from that story there, we have, of course, the Northern Consensus Movement. A movement of Nigeria has warned security agencies, particularly the military, against the unjust killing of Nigerian. Trust TV's recent report revealed the discovery of 11 Fulani bodies in Kachia local government area allegedly killed by soldiers. Despite military denial of involvement, concerns persist over the reported incident. During a press briefing in Kaduna alongside victims' relatives and Fulani leaders from Ladugga community, the NCM president stressed the need for the Nigerian military, known for professionalism, to prevent tarnishing its reputation by a few rogue elements. The movement called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to intervene by calling the military to order, while also imploring Fulani youth to remain calm and allow authorities to thoroughly investigate the incident. Now, joining us via Zoom is the President, National Consensus Movement of Nigeria, Awal Abdullahi, to discuss the developments. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Military has described the allegations as false. What do you know about what really happened?
Well, the reality is that there is allegation of alleged military men seen going house to house, picking individuals and then shooting them aside. Then decomposed bodies found. Now, I said alleged because this thing is still under investigation. Said during my press conference, I know that the military are highly professional, most especially the Nigerian military. They are highly professional, well-trained, very disciplined, and also those who respect human life, human sanctity under the Constitution and the Charter of the United Nations. So I am still having my doubt if truly those that were seen in uniform are truly military men, because I know, like I said, the military knows their constitutional roles. They also know that it is not within the Constitution for them to just shoot on sight and on an armed person just seated by the side and coming to arrest the person and taking the person or group of people somewhere, and then all that was done was to find their body lying down dead. This is why we express displeasure over that incident, and also called for professionalism, and also requested for the rule of law to come to play when it comes to issue of crime and criminality. Like I said, the armed forces or the security agencies are superintending over the nation. They are also working hard, assiduously, towards ensuring that criminals and criminality are eliminated within the whole of Nigeria, not only in Kaduna or the northern Nigeria, but the whole of Nigeria. But then in doing that, I know that, like I said earlier,
ongoing right now. You mentioned earlier that there is an inquiry by the military on this killing. So are you confident that justice will be served after it has been concluded?
I strongly want to believe that justice will be served because, like I said earlier, the high echelon of the armed forces or the military are highly professional, highly respected, and then very disciplined. If you take, for example, the Chief of Defense Staff, General C.G. Musa, I know very well that that man is highly professional, very disciplined, and also respects the constitutionality of Nigeria and that of human right. Same goes to the Chief of Army Staff and even the other service chiefs. I know that they are selected based on merit, they are selected based on competence, they are selected based on professionalism, they are selected based on their human communication, as well as the value for human life, even though as members of the armed forces. But
in this area, I mean, they are told that they are going to be protected, but then this is happening. What is the fear of what could come out from, this angry community?
Registered Fulani socio-cultural associations, the leadership, and including the victims or the parent of the victims that were killed. I had to hold meeting with them because the youth are already agitated. The Fulani youth are agitated, and you know how Fulanis operate. Once you touch them, they will work towards retaliating, and in retaliating, they may end up retaliating on an innocent people. And you know they did what they call Robogoro. That Robogoro means sharing of color. Once you kill one here, they share color up to Cameroon, up to Niger, up to Chad, and Fulanis from Cameroon and Chad will come and fight for those that are here. So we don't want such situations to happen. So this is why we had to, as a group, the Northern Consensus Movement, a collaboration of 594 registered associations from the 19 northern states and associations of northerners region and 17 southern states, we had to quickly call the communities, the Fulani communities, the victims, and the youth, and then the leadership of various Fulani associations to come and discuss this issue with the view of finding a lasting solution. First, calming them down, because we heard what is on the ground, what is being planned, and we didn't want that thing to be executed or to be carried out. So we quickly called them for a meeting to persuade them, to make them understand.
We hope that the security agencies are able to bring these perpetrators to book. Thank you so much, Awal Abdullahi, for joining us, the President of National Consensus Movement of Nigeria. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, moving on. Well, the leadership of the Arewa Consultative Forum, the ACF, and Northern Elders Forum, the NEF, have met to form a united front and confront the challenges bedeviling the northern part of Nigeria. As part of the effort to combat prevailing and emerging problems, a delegation of ACF visited the NEF chairman, Ango Abdullahi, at his residence in Zaria, where they deliberated on issues of unity among members of Arewa groups. In a statement issued by the spokesman for the ACF, Tukur Muhammad Baba, on Sunday, the leadership of the Arewa Consultative Forum said discussions centered on ways to guide and influence national discourse on issues relevant to northern Nigeria. He said it is to enable the region overcome its varied existential challenges and ultimately regain its unity. The Gombe state government has put modalities in place to establish an agency for the control of grazing reserves and cattle routes. According to the government, the decision is part of its ongoing effort to prevent farmer and herder clashes in the state. The report.
The move is part of the recommendations by the Committee on Addressing the Farmer-Herder Crisis, which was presented to the Gombe State Governor on Friday. The chairman of the committee said government at different levels, alongside traditional leaders, had granted encroachment of the available cattle route, which was a major cause of the farmer-herder clashes in Gombe State.
It is the committee's recommendation that government should establish Gombe State Reserves Protection and Management Commission with the sole purpose of protecting, coordinating, and management of the gazetted reserves.
Governor Inuahaya vowed to take serious action against any traditional leader involved in the encroachment of grazing reserves in the state.
Few of farmers herders I've said this the day we inaugurated the committee. I said that if care is not taken and we don't address these issues, it's another problem that will cause a total collapse of the system. We'll study the documents, the reports that we have submitted carefully to the committees, white paper committees to review as soon as possible, and implementation will follow.
The state government had inaugurated the committee in June 2023 to investigate the encroachment of grazing reserves and cattle routes with the aim of recovering them to address the farmer-herder crisis in the state. Hassan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has performed a wreath-laying ceremony with other dignitaries to mark the 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Abuja. All services chiefs, led by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and heads of other security agencies, among others, also took part in the ceremony. The program, which is organized yearly to commemorate Nigeria's fallen heroes, also witnessed other activities such as prayers, gun salutes, and the releasing of pigeons at the National Arcade, Eagle Square, Abuja. In attendance to witness the ceremony were members of the Federal Executive Council, the members of the Diplomatic Corps, and other dignitaries. Across the country, state governors and other dignitaries also performed several rites to mark the day.
The wreath-laying ceremony involves the placing of flowers at the memorial site. In the military, this is done at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and this solemn ritual has continued to be observed globally till date. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please happy viewing.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, movie streaming services take over cinema patronage in Kano. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here is a recap of our top stories. We brought you outrage as bandits kill 5 sisters after killing 1 in Abuja. And President Tinubu dignitaries mark 2024 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Moving on to more stories, Kano Cinemas, once known for hosting a series of activities and accommodating people from different backgrounds, are now living in shadows of their former selves. The cinemas are struggling with low patronage because of the availability of films on mobile phones and videos on demand streaming services provided on the internet. In this report, Salim Ibrahim chronicles the rise and fall of cinema culture in Kano. Take a look.
The few cinemas that are still left in operation are now struggling with the lowest air patronage amidst rise and availability of mobile phones and internet connectivity. The few cinemas in operation now look very old, unkept and barely managed, as both building, seats and other things attached look very old and out of shape, dusty and tattered. Marhaba Cinema is one of the first cinemas in Nigeria located in Kano. It was built during the early 80s and it was the first cinema to be airing movies at that time. Although many advanced and improved cinemas have taken over, Marhaba Cinema will always be remembered as an iconic cinema in the history of Kano. However, the memories created at Marhaba by many, it is now standing as just a building that can be best described like a graveyard or an abandoned farm far from a village settlement. Though in the midst of many buildings and a market by the side, it could only be identified and related by those who knew it before. Marhaba Cinema was shut down more than 10 years ago, and currently it has been sold to an individual who has no intention of reviving it. The building is still standing with old padlocks glued to the doors and the surrounding taken over by weed.
Cinema has been a learning center where you go to learn new cultures and traditions of some people that are outside your immediate environment. It was not just for fun, but also for learning. The category of people that even go to cinema are adults as at the time because they can easily comprehend what is going on and they can learn. But now you see young people, due to change in lifestyle, going to watch things like football.
The activities of the cinema before is based on the learning a culture or other cultures from the other communities. That is why you see in most cases, you see the elder people used to enter the cinema because they enter not to learn the bad thing. No, they enter to learn the other communities' culture so that they will live peacefully together. That is the.
While some like the Marhaba have been closed down, others, like Plaza, have been wiped up from history as the building have been demolished and now a new plaza serving as a business environment has been replaced. El Dorado and Queen's Cinemas, all located in Sabangari area of Fage local government, are struggling to keep afloat despite the huge decline in patronage. The only patronage that keeps the places alive is football matches that are shown almost on a daily basis. However, they still lack customers to come in.
It was booming, bustling before now. Everything has gone down. What we are getting mostly now is from watching football. The market is no more. Honestly, as you know, almost everything has changed. I can always remember how it was before. Cinema is a place you go for lecture. When we were young, we used to see very influential and highly placed individuals going to the cinema. You will see judges, royal and traditional leaders, religious leaders, all going there. You will see a whole household led by their father coming to watch films and shows because there was a lot to learn from there, but now there is nothing like that.
When asked about patronage from producers of films and other shows, he highlighted that the decline in the culture of coming to cinema has contributed to the loss of confidence from producers as they don't make their business or money back. Salim Omar Ibrahim, reporting for Trust TV.
Away from Nigeria, houses have been set on fire in Icelandic town of the Grindavik after two volcanic fissures opened nearby. A volcano on the Reynes of Peninsula erupted in the early hours of Sunday, spilling lava into the fishing town. The fences built after an eruption in December have partially contained the lava, but some have been breached. The main road into the town has been cut off by the flow of lava. Addressing the nation in a live broadcast on Sunday evening, Iceland's President Gudni Johannesson urged people to stand together and have compassion for those who cannot be in their homes. There was no indication of disruption to domestic or international flights following the eruption. Prime Minister Katrin Jacobsdottir said the government will be meeting on Monday to discuss housing measures for the evacuated residents. Sunday's eruption in the fifth to have taken place along the Reykjanes Peninsula since 2021. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.